Before you begin, you may wish to find yourself a comfortable, safe space where you know you will not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Rebel Heart Tarot Talk. This is one of our videos where we're going to talk with somebody who was very kind enough to lend their body to the cards. This is Daniela, aka Tomato Head.
My new name.
New name. And this is the first time she's seen the cards. We have a little chaos going on in this particular room: dogs, children, hairdressers, and the like. But welcome to this particular edition. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, love. You all right? Nice to meet you, Daniela. Nice to put a face to a card.
Tomato.
Like last time you saw her, you were cutting her head off, weren't you?
I know. Yeah, well, I've got the card here, but I'll let you open the box and show Daniela from there.
Okay, well, I'm just going to hand them to her, and you can do a little unboxing for us.
Papa.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure you've all seen this before.
We have.
Oh, I love it. Wicked.
So this is my writing bit with all the different wordages in.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Even did it.
I know, isn't that just the most? I'm so precious about keeping this in one piece. I'm amazed I've managed to so far.
I know, I have as well. I have got a bit of a dent in it, but yeah.
Very good. I like the actual shape of them as well. Not
Yes,
just
they're long, aren't they? Not the wide sort of oracle card.
Amazing.
See if you can find yourself in there.
Good that.
Let me have a look. So as I go through, I might be able to pinpoint. Look, there's Clover covered in toilet roll. Can anyone see?
Yeah. That was last year's Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Tash.
Excellent.
Tash. You know, River's mum. And that's me and Jay. Sorry, Kirsty's here as well. So
We might see her boots somewhere.
Kirsty is the king of one's
Kirsty's
boots, isn't
boots.
it?
That's my mum.
She's not the king of one's boots. Whose boots is she?
King of Pentacles.
Oh, that's it. I got the wrong one out. Let me see if I can find
Cartel
it.
page. I like that. Is that also your mum?
That's my dad.
Oh, that's your dad. Like them all.
I got that,
I know
maybe.
who that is.
That be the husband, yeah. That's Jay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shy.
Yeah, well, he was struggling. Hang on, I think we just
There's Kirsty's feet.
Oh,
Amazing.
Kirsty's feet. She was here doing my hair, wasn't she? And you said I need a pair of docks, and she's got a great pair of docks on right now.
Oh, look at those.
I think I found it. Well, I know I have found it.
You found Tomato Head.
Oh, yeah.
I just love it. Love it. What I really want to ask, because I know we said to everybody who was involved, you know, what do you want as a head? Most people were choosing animals. What made you choose a tomato?
Do you know what? I think with my greenhouse specifically, it's full of tomatoes. Pure accident, because I'm not actually that green fingered. I'm like, I'll give it a go, see what happens. Especially this year, it's just full. I can't even get in there because it's full of tomatoes. So I think it's quite fitting.
Okay, you know, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Naturally into something that I didn't even expect it to turn into.
There you go. So you kind of your art became life.
Yeah, I really did. Oh yeah, it's wicked. I love it.
Yeah,
it's a real card of abundance, isn't it?
Yeah, and specifically this year with my greenhouse, it is an abundance.
It's wonderful. I'm really hopeless with I start these things and try growing them, and then I just get sidetracked and then forget to water them, or the animals trash them. So actually I'm so impressed, really impressed.
I start them too. I get really excited and I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. And they'll grow. Oh. And then I'll go back a week later. I'm like, oh, they have grown. Look a bit dry. But it's nature. It will find a way, and it does.
I'm like that, and I've accidentally grown some pumpkins this year from last year's pumpkins just being left in the garden and disintegrating. And so now I have some very, very green pumpkins, which I'm happy with either way, because we're probably not going to eat them. They'll probably just get lanternized at Halloween. But yeah, tomatoes, I had one really amazing year of tomatoes before I had children, and I bothered to look after them and feed them and stuff like that. Since then, my tomatoes are a bit dodge, and this year they're just going straight into the tortoise for her.
I did notice you hanging tomatoes at the front door.
Yeah,
I think that's the first thing I noticed. They've got two, one green and one red.
yeah, they're a bit dead though, I think. They're not really edible. Yeah, I could try.
You could try. I'll leave that for you.
But yeah.
Right, well, I'm trying to find our list of questions that we've been asking everybody.
I guess one question is, and because you know, some of the people who are going to be on these videos are people who are in the spiritual world, the tarot world, colleagues and people we're connected to like that. So I know Daniela from, well, the school run, from Sparklers, Ducklings in the village where we used to take our little ones, and from having kids the same sort of age and being on the park. I also know her sister Emma, who is also in one of the cards. But you do have your own spiritual stuff going on.
I do.
Sorry, there's a child walking around my house with a bin, not that bin.
Okay, well, what I was going to ask you, so right, okay, I'm trying to remember. What drew you to being in the cards?
Say it again, sorry.
What drew you to being in the cards?
I mean, they're just amazing, aren't they? I mean, tarot, I can't profess to know the world about tarot. I think I learned most from this wonderful lady. It's just cool, isn't it? And just to say, look, that's me, that's my tomato head. And yeah, I think I have got it, but I don't, you know, like spiritual stuff. I'm not one for all the words, by the way. But it just to have a bit of connection as well with them, to say, oh, you know, I might not know a lot about them, but
yeah, it's quite magic, isn't it?
No, it is really magic. And my spiritual journey is very growing, because I've just got into crystals. You know, I've got a lady who just sells crystals now, you know, very ethically. You know, so it all feels like it's all coming together, because I've never really known how I get to here or how I start, or, you know, when it comes to spiritual stuff, but it all just seems to be coming into one formation. I've just let it grow naturally, like my tomatoes. It's just coming
I think that's the best way, isn't it? It's just kind of see what takes you where, and yeah,
my brain doesn't do organisation, so I think it to work that way.
Ditto. I think Alice is the same. Alice is more organised than I am, but yeah.
I seem more organised. I feel like I'm getting there with the organisation, but I didn't used to be at all. Hence my tomatoes looking kind of gross. I guess the other thing, what other questions do we have?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was how do you use tarot every day? But in your sense, I suppose it would be spirituality every day. So kind of, if you've gone into crystals or whatever, how do you kind of bring that into your everyday?
We use them on the sat together.
We do, actually. Kirsty, come here. Oh. Come on.
Are you there?
Boot lady.
Yeah, when we get together and have a cup of tea, we'll like get them out, won't we? And be like,
we're just like, we're just talking about something, and we just thought, not sure. I was like,
and they're always right.
Like, of course. And it just, and like you say, it's always, you already know this. You already know, but it's just reminding you what you already knew. Like, oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Alice always says.
Yeah, but it's so true.
Don't use it for divination, and kind of just use it for.
Yeah, we're always like, this is what we were just saying. Look, we said this. This is what we said.
It really is
every time,
and that's exactly how I use them. I don't, use them any other way really.
And I think I'll just get my head in. I think what I'm learning about my tarot path, having done all this work with you, Niki, and all these people who post in the cards and all of this, it feels like the healthiest way to do tarot is like this: friendships, sitting around together, having a cup of tea, you know, doing it on your own and kind of trying to navigate and negotiate all your problems and then looking for the right answer is painful, but doing it with a friend who can reflect back to you, I think maybe that's the way it should be. And it's the way tarot started. Tarot was a game where families and groups of people would be in a togetherness, making stories up. And that feels like maybe it should carry through to what it is now. So we're not looking for the prediction, we're looking for the friendship and the connection and the collaboration and like the, oh yeah, I already knew that kind of thing.
That's something we've talked about a lot in the last couple of weeks, isn't it? Is the kind of connection. Oh, balloons. Is the connections we have with each other, and hopefully the connections that these cards then make out in the wider world as well with other people. And because, you know, Alice and I have done this whole project without ever meeting, so actually to meet you guys as well, and there's Zach, to meet you guys who are involved in it is just, you know, because I've heard, you know, Alice talking about you both, and oh, I think there's this person would be great for this card, and so it's really nice to actually get to meet you as such, even though it is
and you.
It's been mad, hasn't it?
It's slightly chaotic here, but then I think that's a good reflection of how the cards have come about.
Yeah. Because we were literally, and when you took that picture of my feet, I was literally sat breastfeeding him.
Yeah. In between doing our hair, I think.
Yeah.
The whole process but has been exactly that, hasn't it? It's been squished in amongst life in like the most intense, ridiculous. I feel like it's really quiet here right now. My house is usually like you guys are now. You know, the dogs are out there, they're actually being still for a moment, the children are all at school and out, so it's just kind of like really mad to have a bit of a moment of peace to actually concentrate, to be fair. Usually it is just like, oh, 2 minutes, let's do this, let's do, you know.
Yeah, you can have some vicarious crazy from here, so.
But I think that craziness is that, all that craziness, it's really not, I'm calling it crazy, a good crazy.
But they are crazy, aren't they?
A good crazy.
The whole vibe,
the whole energy has just feel like they've been.
But look, they are,
into
they're
the
mental.
in the best possible, amazing way.
But like, that's literally mental.
I think everybody who's been involved have been kind of, they've played such a part in how each image has ended up being shaped, because their energy is kind of imbued in it, really. Because we talked about, you know, we talked about the cards. Alice would describe the cards and she would kind of describe what traditionally they would mean, but also how she kind of reflects on them. And then as we would be talking and ideas would be floating up about how we'd like to shape it, then we'd be like, oh, I know just the person that would fit this because they're like X, Y, Z. And, you know, the right person is in the right card each and every time. It's really, really crazy.
I love the 10 of Cups.
Yeah. That is just such a joyous image, isn't that?
Yeah, that's all the fun.
That's what I like. They are fun as well.
If you picked a favourite, you know, like what would be your top 3 cards? If you could pick any cards as such, which would be your top 3 cards in a deck?
What, in this deck?
Any deck. You know, when you just kind of go, oh, I just love, you know, for me, the Magician is one of those cards.
I always get the Queen of Wands. I'm pretty sure that's the one that always comes up.
That's your creativity, kind of.
You are very creative.
You're a hairdresser and you're a bloody good one.
Thank you.
She is very creative.
Yeah, that one always comes up, so that would be mine, I think.
Yeah, I don't know really.
You don't know.
I don't know because I don't remember things. That's my ADHD.
She has no memory.
So I'm not very good with all that kind of stuff.
But that's the Queen of Wands, which is on the deck.
Yeah.
That's another one. That's another one that I kind of, I kind of respond to, but I think it's no wonder I respond to that, to be fair. I do.
But I always seem to get the right one. Whatever comes up, it's always the one that right there and then that I need, or, you know, that I need to guide me.
Yeah. And it's never just a yes or no, is it? It's always like, actually, just turn around, look a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Or think about this a bit in a different 100%. Direction. Which can be frustrating if you are looking for answers, but if you're looking for answers, then I don't think the tarot will quite.
No.
No.
No, it's not about yes and no. I think if you want to go into something like that, then I suppose, is it the pendulum? That's more of a yes and no thing.
Yeah, I don't get on with pendulums, you know.
No.
I feel like they lie to me. I really do. I feel like they either tell me what I want to hear, then I wonder how much I'm influencing it, even though I'm really trying not
I
to.
feel like I do the opposite to what it told me. I'd be like, no. I'm in control of my own destiny.
And I think also with pendulums, if you don't like the answer, it's really easy to just kind of just give it a little blow or
Yeah.
A bit of nudge.
A bit more.
I don't know. And that, you know, maybe yes and no is never really the right.
I think
Yeah.
that life is too grayscale for that, isn't it? There's too many subtle kind of elements to things that yes and no is not always the thing.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So we'll come around here, we'll just knit round, and now we have the baby under the table and the dog.
I love that though. I love
Yeah,
that. But that's life, isn't it? That is life.
Yeah, and the thing about the yes and no, it's just not that straightforward, is it?
It's messy and floppy and everything
right.
else, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, do you know, shall I give you a good example of a yes or no? I actually did a yes or no this morning, considering I don't do these things. But I was in two minds whether to keep my eldest off school or not. She's absolutely exhausted. I was like, oh, I'll just ask the cards what to do. And I used our Rebel Heart Tarot, and I got 3 of Cups, which is actually me and my 2 kids on that card, and it just threw it back to me as in, you know what to do, you're the mother.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, she stays home, she's exhausted.
Why are you even asking?
Yeah, why are you even asking? It's like, you know what's best for this child at this moment. So it was a kind of a yes.
You know, hi.
It's Busby.
Bless.
Isn't he a cutie?
So divine.
Have we got any final questions?
No, I can't find my list of questions. It is most bizarre. They seem to have disappeared. I thought I was being terribly organised, and I quite obviously am not. No, I don't think. Is there anything that you
got any thoughts, questions? No.
Putting you on the spot now, asking you
You
to
really are. I don't do on the spot.
No, but I think this has been beautifully chaotic, and maybe we will end it there. So thank you guys.
No, thank you.
Thank you. It is so nice to meet both and put faces to cards and people and names. Shoes and tomatoes. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
They are on nicknames.
And you look so incredibly professional right now.
You really
I'm doing my newsreader bit, you know, it's that whole kind of sit still and yeah, it's not my normal.
Well, yay. Oh, see, right, I'll just end this now, Nikki, and then
All right, then, love.
later. All right,
Okay.
bye.
Bye all, take care.
Bye.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.